Development Corporation to be held Monday, July 20th, 2026, at 6 p.m. in the council chambers of the Brookshire Municipal Building, 4029 5th Street, Brookshire, Texas, for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. Let us have a pledge and a prayer. We'll prayer first. Mr. Bluen, will you lead us in prayer?
Our Father, which art in heaven, we come right now, Lord, to say thank you for this day that you have blessed us to see. Lord, we just come praying, Lord, as we put our minds together, Lord, let us be all on one accord. Let us think about the citizen of this city, the people that's coming through, and the thing that we can do to make this city a little better place. Thank you for all your blessings you have stored upon us. In Jesus' name I do pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
President Eric Green.
Present.
Vice President Denise Odie.
Present.
Secretary Treasurer Michael Cozart.
Present.
Director Lyndon Stamps. Director Nathaniel Richardson.
Here.
Director Rodney Bluing.
Present.
Director Amber Allison.
Present.
You have a quorum, President.
Next agenda item, budget workshop. Dr. Batista.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, staff, and residents in attendance.
Good evening.
In front of you, you have a first draft of a budget that we've come up with. And so tonight, we're just here to discuss it very briefly or in detail if we need to. But wanted to put that in front of you, and we don't necessarily have page numbers on everything, but the packet that was left underneath the agenda, if we can just kind of briefly take a look at that first page there. That shows EDC checking. The highlighted portion is our available balance in the bank today. So I wanted to just share that with you all. As we proceed on to page 1, you identify what the 26 budget was, and you'll see working and requested, those are the same. And then that fourth column there is the percentage of change for each one. So wanted to just share that with you. If there's any questions there, what you'll notice is for what is in interest, it's identified. These are the potential forecasted interest amounts for the entire fiscal year. And then what you see in reserves there is what is going to be required from our cash position to fit the expenses. And then the sales tax is our forecasted sales tax that we are anticipating and receiving for the next fiscal year. And as we move to the next area is expense summary. Those are categorized as such, but they'll be separated in the next few pages. Our total expenses based upon what's presented to you today would be the expense total in columns 2 and 3. Are there any questions about page 1 thus far?
Yes.
Sure.
The revenue summary, I see that our current budget was $500 and increased by.
So I don't know who put in that we were only going to receive $500 in interest. Maybe it was previously forecasted as such because of interest was not being taken into consideration into our budget. And so Ms. Julie has now identified how to make it show on the budget, on the fiscal documents, on the financial documents, excuse me. But Julie, if you have anything to share, you can turn that one on if you'd like. You don't have to move too far. It's on. Looks like it's on, yeah.
So with the city budget and EDC budget, the system for FundView was not utilized in the capacity that it should have been for last year's budget, FY26. So you'll see some columns that have drastic changes, especially on the city side. And the reason for that, it was not a balanced budget, and that's okay. But the city was working off of 2 budgets. They were working off of, I'm gonna call it the Excel spreadsheet. And it was plugged into FundView, but not everything transferred over properly. So there has been a lot of cleanup this year.
So essentially what we're going to receive a whole lot more revenue than what's been documented previously on our financial documents.
And when we talk about the interest column, I know that was one of your concerns. There was nothing plugged in but $500, but that is inaccurate. The interest is being recorded every month. It is in a lag of like 45 days in recording, just because it has to post to the bank first. And then we post that once the account is reconciled. But the EDC account, based on the balances of the 3 million some odd dollars, is gonna be roughly 90,000, and that's a calculation of what we're currently earning over the next 12 months.
Okay.
It's a projection.
We're currently in transition to implement Encode and do away with FundView. FundView is a software that the city use for everything.
Like payroll, I mean, all the accounting. the
Yeah,
whole
yes,
Mhm,
yes.
mhm.
So what's gonna take the place of FundView?
Encode.
In code.
Yes.
Mhm.
I knew that, but I just,
So, Ms. Watts, is the 20, the difference for the expense summary taxes, that's kind of in line, pretty much the same thing as well?
Right, these are more accurate projections for FY '27,
And-
based on the information from FY '26 and what has posted.
And when we go into the respective line items, you'll see those are just, yes, ma'am. Mhm. And then, so on page 2, essentially reflects the same thing. Our interest earns, and then the reserves that we're gonna have to utilize from our cash position, and then this potential sales tax that we'll be receiving. Now, page 3 is where it starts the line items for discussion. So, Mr. President, if you'd like, I can go line for line, or if there, yes, sir? Okay, perfect.
Question before we get into the budgetary part of it, and it's not an agenda item, so I don't necessarily need to respond tonight.
Mhm.
But I was somewhat caught off guard at the last council meeting. Maybe I wasn't on the council when they decided we was gonna pay for part of that building over there. When was that decided? I know all monies belong to the city, I understand that, but when did the EDC decide that they was gonna pay for part of that building?
So the city is actually incurring the costs of all the construction for the building.
But EDC not gonna contribute part of, that's what they
Not for
said?
the construction of it, no, sir.
Okay,
In that last agenda item, yeah, it was, the city's paying the full portion to have the entire building renovated. What the EDC is, what the city's doing is, what the city has done is relocated the entire corporation to that building,
okay.
so that the city could now use that portion for a conference room.
I just didn't remember it coming before us. I know you and Mr. Bautista and the mayor supposed to meet and put an EDC agenda together, and then y'all bring it to us. Whatever we say, council still can override it. But I don't remember having that discussion.
Right, I understand.
So that's why I want to be careful, because if I'm just going to be a figurehead, I'm wasting my time.
Right,
I'm not going to do that.
right.
so, I do have a question. Going back to what he said, they did mention an amount that EDC was going to incur when they do the renovations for that building. So can you tell us what was said in the council meeting, that we're gonna take a part of some portion of that?
Could you share the amount so that I can,
I don't remember the amount.
Okay.
I was in council meeting.
yes, ma'am.
We were
I
in
heard that
council
myself.
meeting.
Yeah,
and
what
they
I
did
think,
mention-
what I think you might be referencing is the mayor potentially saying that they were gonna come ask the EDC for more funding on different projects, not necessarily that building.
Okay, I thought I heard this building and then some roads that were gonna be paved.
Correct.
And there was maybe a couple other things.
That's in,
Yes,
right here.
it's not, but it's not towards the building.
Okay.
The what funds or what expenses might, the EDC might occur in that building are just utilities. utilities, expenses for utilizing the building itself. The city's not gonna charge the EDC for being in the building or leasing it out or anything like that.
No, he just
And I
said
don't
when
think
they,
nothing's wrong with that if they
Yeah.
charge us for using the building.
Right,
for
it's,
the
right
city.
now it's
It was
in
just
kind.
not knowing up front that this was gonna happen. Until I
just-
said in counseling her, I said, well, that's the tail wagging the dog. Come ask us. If we said, no, we're not gonna do it, the council can say, no, we're gonna override it. Yeah, yes, you are, because all money belongs to the city. I just don't wanna, like I say, be a figurehead. I wanna have a voice if I'm gonna have a voice.
Right.
so, but a part of this is broken down in our budget? Because I
part
did
of-
hear him say that he's gonna come and ask us for a portion of the money. He didn't put a number on it or anything.
But
he
not
said
toward,
that-
I want a distinction, it's not towards that project.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not a problem, I just want a clarity,
Mm-hmm.
guys.
Sure, it's in here, once we go in here, it's actually, we can go there now if you'd like.
No,
It
let's
is-
follow this.
So, can I ask that we table that conversation and put it on the agenda for the next meeting that we have? Because there was more details, and I do have notes, but I don't have them with me, because I was gonna ask about that. And I think that that would make more sense, so we can kind of stay on tune with what we got going on here.
Could we ask, can I make sure I know the specific questions to address?
Yeah, so when we were in the meeting, they, I know it was renaming of the building, right? That was one, and I think that, they agreed upon that, but there was a financial expense associated with that, and I wanna say it was like 200,000.
It's 150,000 that the city was gonna pay for the entire renovation of the building.
Okay, so I think that may have been some misunderstanding, or based on what I believe that I heard was, Alderwoman Vaughn said, and she clarified, now, is the EDC gonna pay for this? And she was like, you know, they agreed if that was an EDC expense, and I wanna say everyone agreed to that. So that's what I'm saying, it may take a little deeper
Okay.
for us to dig into, to put on the next agenda item, because that is,
And we can go back and review the minutes, just so that you can have a better understanding of what was referenced there at the city agenda by the mayor.
and that's only because it's important, because we're, you know, going over this to make certain that those funds are incorporated
Yes,
here. So,
okay,
good deal.
thank you.
Yes, so what you'll see here, just starting from the top, is salaries. You'll see an increase there due to potential cost of living and merit increases for this year. Next is payroll taxes. Again, you'll see the drastic increase there, and this is due to the 2026 budget not being sufficient. We're over budget on this one right here. So the number provided to the EDC previously was not sufficient enough, so Ms. Julie has forecasted and recommended the amount listed there. Retirement, contribution, health, that all came from Ms. Julie. It looks like it's the same from previous. And then legal fees, we've kept it the same. Professional services has been kept the same. The BEC coordinator has been kept the same. Not sure if there's any reference to, if you have any questions in reference to that, but, you know, there are zero amounts being expended out of it currently. I don't necessarily receive any salary from the EDC. I receive a salary from the city. And so if that's something that you all would anticipate maybe reviewing to identify or see if there was some funding there to pay for the services I provide, that would be great. Prior to me coming on board, I was a consultant and being compensated for this work. So I just wanted to see if you can take that into consideration. Engineering services, we reduced that just because we thought that we haven't used any yet. And so there was the thought process behind this was we are continuously seeing individuals want to come to the city, want to have pre-development meetings, and then they don't come. So the city eats all those engineering fees. And so maybe we can help them out in some type of way with engineering costs, because some of those projects don't actually come to the city or go through the permit process. It's just the thought process, but it's in there. Office supplies has been doubled. Oh, there was a question? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I kind of missed. When you had said the BEDC coordinator, the 70,000, and we currently continue to budget, that is a whole salary that we should be allocating, or, incentivizing someone for services that's being provided to us. Just want to clarify that's what that, okay.
Office supplies has been doubled because we are moving to a new building. There will be a reception area. Yes, sir.
Can you go back to the engineering fees?
Yes.
And explain that a little bit more in detail?
Sure. So we, the city, currently for all development, whether they come or not, individuals come and ask for a pre-development meeting request. Myself, Ms. Beatrice, the drainage district, the water district, our city engineer, we all huddle up together to try to help these developments to come to the city. And sometimes they don't come. We don't know which ones those are, which ones are not going to come, but the city swallows all those engineering costs. And so right now, we don't have a process where those costs go back to the developer. So I just thought there would be either a way that if there was a development that we needed engineering on, assistance, or if we were just going to assist with city on some of these projects that really might not make it. Maybe the city can, those ones that don't make it, maybe the city can allocate some of these engineering fees to those few hours that maybe an engineer spent or requested reimbursement or send us an invoice on. Just really trying to cover some of the fees that our consultants we're having to pay because of a consulting fee, specifically engineering. Is that okay? Yes, sir. All right, membership and dues stay the same. Building maintenance stayed the same. I'm glad this was there because if we are moving to a building, want to make sure that we have everything we need there and it's safe. It's safe for all of the individuals in there. Equipment maintenance, again, we increased this because as you'll see, we're going to have to outfit the entire building with computers and furniture, and you'll see that here shortly.
Is that the new building that they're?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Mhm. Public mowing, this has been on there for some time. We haven't, in the past, we assisted with mowing of Highway 90 and with the park. Right now, we're not looking to outsource that, but if we did at some point in time, because maybe Public Works, is, having to do other things, we might have to outsource this at times. So just putting some funding there.
Can I ask one?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, I know you mentioned the office supplies doubling. Is that because the building, the new building
Yes,
as well?
ma'am. There'll be a receptionist, there'll be coffee, there'll be water, there'll be all these different things that we don't do currently. I mean, we have it right now just for the office, but as more visitors come to our office.
Now, will that be another employee, FTE assigned to that area?
So, so I'd like to add another employee because with Miss Vicky, I'm gonna need an admin assistant that's active, but then we're also gonna need a front desk person to answer the phones.
And that's what I was gonna ask too.
So
because if
I'd
she's
love
in
to add
the-
someone to this
Yeah.
as a front desk admin.
So
Because
would we
if
need
s-
oh, I guess you would have to go somewhere. I'm thinking BDE coordinator, would we need to add more?
We would have to add more to salaries, payroll, retirement, and health.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
gonna pose the question too, because my concern is if she's in the back and they have people coming in,
Yeah.
who's monitoring
Well,
the
see,
door?
and that's
Or
the
who's
thing.
gonna,
So it would be you have an office, right now, the way we'd have it, you'd have an office in the back, but we'd have to all monitor the front. Myself, because what was mentioned is myself, Miss Beatrice, and myself, Miss Vicky, and the permits clerk, Miss Beatrice, would be on our way there. And so we would all have to rotate to try to
Because
monitor the front.
it's all three of you that's gonna move back there.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
correct?
Mhm.
And everybody has an office, so
That's
the
correct.
front would be just nobody there because everybody.
Well, we would have to rotate throughout the whole day,
Oh,
us
that's
three.
gonna be hard.
Yeah, us three would
That-
have to
that's gonna be-
rotate.
That'll be hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a
And so with-
sitting person, to greet,
I
if you're in
agree.
the back and you're busy.
I-
You're a
I
busy
agree.
man, so I know you're never gonna have time to go and relieve anybody,
You're in the
so.
field as well.
Mhm. I was just concerned about.
I
who was
agree
gonna
with
be
it.
in front.
We can make some adjustments, Ms. Julie and I, and then I'll present that to you all again. And then we'll present it to council to add another administrative assistant.
I think that probably
It would be
better.
beneficial
That
f-
would
On board
relieve
with that.
some things from her.
For the corporation, it would be all beneficial for all three of us. Well, for the new three of
For
us,
the
I
new
would
three,
say.
yes.
Is that something the entire board wants to see?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Also
So-
along those lines, because that building did flood before, has the mold been eradicated?
It's completely being renovated.
And you tearing out the front
Yeah.
walls, addressing the back walls and all that kind of
Yes, sir.
stuff?
Yeah, because I did walk in there, they were already replacing the air conditioning units, the generator's been connected. I hadn't
Backup
been in
generator, we got a new panel, new meter, new weatherhead out back. There was things are being done, and then like you said, the HVAC, and then next would be the demo of all the walls, and the plan is to make it look like City Hall. It'll be storefront windows, just like you see there in all the offices as well.
So it's basically gonna be gutted out and
Yes,
then
that's
okay.
correct.
Okay.
Sheet rock, all the paneling will come off.
May
Yes.
I include something about the additional position for y'all to consider as well? We did a salary study that was presented to council with the 3% COLA and then the 3% merit increase based on performance review. So if you were to add an additional receptionary, administrative assistant, whatever you wanna call this position, it would probably, and this is my recommendation, equivalent to what our administrative assistant makes here at City Hall. So that salary would roughly be about 57,416. But on top of that, you do have to consider your insurance, your TMRS,
Yeah,
and all your payroll liabilities.
that's what I was saying. These four right here will be adjusted by Ms.
So they'll
Julie.
be adjusted. So if that's something that you want to look at, we can recalculate, but I just wanted to kind of give you some base figures. So we're not just talking salary, we're talking of the additional.
Right.
So that 57,000, is that the starting salary, or that's on the high end, low end, middle, where did that 57?
I'm not sure that that figure is our figure. That's the city's figure.
I was just
Um,
giving a city figure.
Yeah, but you're accurate, sir. There's no low, medium, or high number. Yep, you're absolutely right. We'll try to see if we can benchmark around, not just Waller County, but the counties surrounding us.
That's a good way to do it.
Yes,
No
sir.
problem with that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then, I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
And we can move on.
Yes, ma'am.
So if something like that was done, how would you decide if you're gonna have a full-time employee, a part-time employee, maybe, 2 or 3 days out of the week?
Yeah, so,
or
I mean,
are you
we
gonna do a
won't-
trial run?
I just don't think we'll know when our phone will ring, and so
Mhm.
someone needs to be there to answer it during business hours.
Okay. That was
And-
gonna be my next question. Is it
What's the
gonna,
business hours
is it
on
gonna
that?
go over here to the
Good question.
city and they transfer, or is it gonna be like separate lines?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one?
Is the phone gonna ring over here at the city and it's transferred to them,
To-
or
It's gonna,
it's
if
totally
anything,
separate lines?
it'll ring ours and then transfer over here if we don't answer.
Okay.
But it's two separate entities, city and.
We are two separate entities in most cities, but as my understanding, a few years back, it was voted that the EDC move under the city.
That is correct. All of the benefits, the TMRS is listed under the city, and I allocate those percentages to the EDC.
Okay. So is it better to put it on the,
Tax ID umbrella.
is it better to put it on the agenda and we discuss it? And you guys present something to us, or?
Well, we have to crunch the numbers.
Yeah, we put it in the budget first, and then if it's, yeah.
Work the numbers.
Okay.
And then if-
I'll give you what salary range you're looking at, or benchmark, or you tell me what it is, I can project what, insurance, payroll, insurance, the insurance is standard, right? It's under the city and we just bill the EDC. It's gonna be the salary, I can, it'll affect the retirement and the
Help.
payroll taxes.
But it's in our budget, though?
For
That's the
one
question.
position right now.
Okay.
For one position, what you see right now is for this role. If you're adding that 80,543 will increase. Line items 1, 2, 3, and 4 will increase.
That's
So,
un-
for example, if you hire a full-time person, you can automatically assume it's gonna double to like $25,000.
So is it in our budget to have another person on board?
They'll go over, y'all are dipping into reserves right now. With this budget being presented, we are dipping into reserves, meaning cash in the bank.
Okay.
But your income is not gonna cover everything presented in here, so
I don't have any more questions.
Sure.
Mhm.
I'm ready when you're, so public mowing, we're okay. Legal notices, this didn't change, but you'll see a note, you see some notes there that Ms. Julie and I, when we went through this to present to Mr. Green, we made some notes there so that you all can identify some of those changes in percentages. So what you see there is a note is, I was informed that I was over budget in this line item, and I just, wanted to ask what was going on there. So it's just an incorrect entry. That'll be changed, and so we are not over budget in this one, so we're leaving that one the same. So just want, the note's just there, so you all know, just in case you see it on the next financial. And then travel and training, we increased it by $5,000. I'd like to encourage all of us to attempt to try to do some travel and training, and along with that would be some travel. This upcoming TEDC conference is in Houston. I believe it's, Ms. Vicky, October? October. I'd like to, the next meeting, I'll bring some information for you all to see if you'd like to one, register for it, and then also attend, so that we can get all the logistics and all the hotels, and if required, getting those paid for as well. So let me make a note of that. All right. And so then bank charges, we reduced that because we do have that financial position in the bank. We don't anticipate having any overdraft fees or any charges of that nature, so we did reduce that. Telephone, this was a significant increase, as you can see. 500 was just very budgeted. Now, we based it off of the PD's budget, so theirs was a little over 2,500, if I'm not mistaken, so we entered 3,000 here as a reference point due to us being in the new building. Advertising, I think we did do a little advertising where there was some portion of advertising paid out of this one. But for this year, I'd like to see if there's an opportunity for us to bring maybe a consultant or a third party to get together with us to create a marketing pamphlet, marketing booklet that really just sells Brookshire to more retailers and more people who build homes. Because yes, people are knocking on our door to develop, but as you know, it's for industrial and commercial warehouses, right? So how do we sell our community to the different markets? And now we need to tell them why they should come here, the quality of life that's here, the residents, the community, the culture. And so just wanted to try to put that together and bring a third-party consultant in to capture all those essential elements of what a community is comprised of, and get all of our ideas on paper. All right. Let's see here. Advertising, beautification. Left some money there. There was some money previously. Want to leave that there just in case we do anything on Highway 90, at our 2 welcome rocks, and just any other location that might need it in the community.
And I was gonna put something on the agenda for the Welcome Rock, and I'm still gonna put it on the agenda. So maybe this fits kind of like in our budget?
Sure. I mean, we could do it this year. What we're doing is waiting for the irrigation to finish here before we put anything there. We're still working on irrigation project.
Got it.
Yes, ma'am. City Parks project, we do a lot of work in the city parks, and we need to, keep some money just in case there's something that really goes down and needs to be maintenance immediately, splash pad, or just something, a concrete sidewalk that's really an emergency or a liability issue, just putting some money aside there. GIS, I know, with speaking to Ms. Mickey and the mayor, looks like we may not be utilizing BIS company anymore because our city engineering, LJA, they have a GIS map, but I'm leaving this there just so that, in Ms. Vicky and I talking, some of the maps that the BIS used, she really did like, so we're just going to keep it there just in case we do have to pay for that service. And then facilities, infrastructure. This is where you may have heard some information in the city council meeting about the city wanting to request funding and/or projects from the EDC. So this past fiscal year, there was $515,000. in that line item. The EDC assisted the city in the roads project, which was over $300,000. And so we had the $200,000 remaining, which was supposed to be for ditch digging and stormwater projects, which is downtown, as Mr. Richardson mentioned, could floods sometimes. And so we're looking to assist all the areas that have curb and gutter storm sewer to assist the city with those goals. So what you'll see now is the city is in order to assist the city to meet their goals, the city is requesting $1 million from the EDC. And what you heard was 600,000, I believe, was for roads.
Yeah.
200,000 was for drainage, so all the ditch work, essentially on the south side of town, south side of I-10, I should say, because most ditches and or roads have been maintenanced from the north side of I-10. And so what you'll see there is this is the 600,000 for the roads, 200,000 for the drainage, and 200,000 for storm sewer project, which would mean that for the drainage, Public Works has been doing this work for the last year or so, and so we made some leeway, but we do need some assistance. So bring a third-party contractor in for that, and then go out for bid for roads. Those specific roads that the city is looking at, the 3 specific ones currently, is going to be Kenny Street from Highway 90 to South Street, Gassner from 359 to the stop sign, and Velasco right here from, excuse me, I said Velasco, oh no, Velasco from 90 to South as well.
So I have one question. With these projects, being the EDC, we can do those projects, or how does that work out?
Last time it was asked of David, this same question, and I don't know if it was in EDC meeting or in a city council meeting, but yes, and it was in a city council meeting, excuse me, because former President Alderwoman Vaughn asked the same question: could the city partake in this type of infrastructure projects? And David said yes.
Meaning EDC can help fund it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
With the drainage, as long as there are commercial property, commercial businesses on that street, EDC can spend those funds.
And with the ditches and the roads as well?
And so,
With the business sitting there?
just a little update to that, sir. He mentioned it didn't have to be a commercial on there, so we'll get some more information and have at our next meeting. But he referenced that we could do, the EDC could fund infrastructure projects, although there was no commercial business on the road, the ditch, or whatever the case may be. But I'll make sure that David references that next time.
Mr. Batista?
Yes, sir.
These projects that we're talking about, and these gonna be continual occurrences gonna happen. So I would like for you to put something together, put certain things might need our assistance every 3 years. Some might need it like every 5 years, or we could create something like that,
Mhm.
so we know going in ahead of time, okay, what our budget gonna look like? Because we know we got these things definitely coming up, not any new project, but those things that we know already have in place that we're assisting with, because at that last meeting when they showed about the drainage, I was just blown away. That is ludicrous. Every mast setting up that there was a part of it needs to be ran down the road, buck naked, excuse my French.
Yeah,
That was embarrassing. I
Sir.
said, oh my God.
every time we would go to a new area, I'd go back and speak to the homeowner and resident, and I talked to them, and they said their culverts hadn't been cleaned since they moved in, and I said, when was that? And it said 40 years ago, so we were cleaning 40 years of dirt out of these culverts.
looked
That
like
was,
it
it
too,
was
I'm telling you, God.
horrible.
That
It
was
was
awful.
horrible.
And then we located some that were buried.
I can give you some history.
That was horrible.
Yeah, a really long time ago, the drainage district was assisting the city in cleaning the ditches, and I think that's when Miss Day was on city council. They stopped. The city never really had the right equipment well, we had I think it was a 1984 Great All that we spent almost $40,000 trying to keep running, and we just stopped. About 4 years ago, we bought a new Great All, and that's what we've been using. And then we purchased the
The jetting unit.
jetting, and so we've in the past we just never had the right equipment to do it. And we even paid Mr. King Construction. Remember him? We paid him to do the ditches in Bushy Barton.
Certain ditches, yes,
And
sir.
he stopped. He says, y'all are not getting your money's worth because a lot of these culverts need to be taken out and all the.
Some of them are a
elevation-
little high, some of them
Yes.
are a little low, and, you
So
know.
he refused to even take our money because he couldn't do it efficiently. So we've always ran into some sort of roadblock when it came to drainage, and now we got the equipment to actually get it done.
Yep.
And we got the funding coming in to get it done, and
Fortunately,
Yeah,
we do have the
yeah.
equipment. When I came in, equipment was purchased last January, I think. I came in March. By July, I think we were using that equipment,
So
so.
we actually own it and we don't have
Yes,
to go out and
absolutely.
rent
Not
or
at all,
hire
at all.
anybody.
it was
I don't, yes,
expensive,
ma'am.
but
It was,
ours.
yeah.
I just
And
wanna
I
make
can
sure it's ours.
share with you all what that looks like as well, because, I mean, it was a good tool, you know, when you see it. I mean, we hadn't seen water flow on Depot in quite some time. We sent that through and that water's just flowing, so.
That's good.
So those are the three, I think, that were talked about by the mayor of requesting money from EDC. Are we okay now, based off of that? We don't need to bring anything forward for that we talked about at the beginning?
I feel comfortable with
Okay.
that. I mean,
Ms. Odie?
it has to be done.
All right.
Oh, no, I just wanted to clarify if we were, you know, able to even assist with getting the building redone.
Oh, I see.
I understand it's for EDC.
Sure,
and
sure.
The city is
Perfect.
taking, you know, that
Mhm.
initiative to do it, so I just wanted to be certain that, okay, do we need to contribute to this?
Ah,
And
I
is
see.
it in the budget to do
Okay,
that?
yes, ma'am.
Because
Yes,
we
ma'am.
want to look nice. If I got to go
Exactly.
and I
Yeah.
want to look nice.
Yeah.
Right.
W-
Yeah.
The key is to make it look like City Hall.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes, sir. Business improvement grant, I put this in there last year. What this is $25,000 grants for local business owners who want to come in, who meet the criteria. I think Miss Vicky found a program. We might need to revisit the program that was already in place. Bless you. I was gonna create a program, but it sounds like we have something to start with. And then we can modify, revise, or update, and then ensure that we put things in place to where, one, individuals can receive the grant. And by the grant, I mean that, let's just say, for instance, someone needed their facade improvement of their building or the awning or whatnot. If the business owner were to expense, say, $10,000 on the project, they could request reimbursement up to $5,000 to the EDC based on, records that they present and whatnot. So it's a good incentive for them to get the $5,000, up to $5,000 reimbursement.
Long as we got some leverage, people just not getting it, not doing anything with it, that we have a way of recouping our money
So-
back, because there's always shysters out there.
Sure.
Okay.
So what goes on with this is you have to put a performance agreement in place with all these individuals, and if they don't meet that, then, they don't, of course, they don't get the reimbursement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We're trying to think of everything.
Good luck.
I know, but it's a work in progress. Emergency management, this is just in case we need to assist with the city with anything, just putting a little bit of funding aside there. And as we move forward, technology, stayed the same. It looks like we did make some changes, but we kept it the same, but this is where I think we just kept it the same as last year. I don't know why. We just made a change and then moved it back to the exact same number. So there was no change there. Computer software was increased because of us moving to the new building, maybe having to increase software licenses to the new computers. And then capital outlay programs or capital outlay line items. Equipment, we remained the same just in case we needed to buy additional equipment there. Capital outlay, CO, that's computers. As you know, we're potentially outfitting a conference room, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offices essentially. And so I wanted to share what that increase was. And then this special projects or special equipment is just an increase there. If there were any emergencies or any project or any piece of equipment that we might need, maybe a projector went out or something like that of that nature. And then,
Francisco,
yes, sir.
along that line, can I'd like to ask Mrs. Castro a question? Ms. Castro, when I was on the EDC before, we got away from this, killing trees, and we had little iPads to do. So why did we move away from that?
When the board, we got a complete new board. We didn't receive all the.
They didn't
tablets,
return.
Board
and
book.
the ones we did receive, they were broke. It's just-
I bet you mine wasn't broke.
But I agree with you, sir.
Well, I think they actually,
I agree.
they didn't renew the deal with Board Book, and that's the software.
Okay.
They chose not to do it. Because I was
Watch it motor on, I don't care who did it.
yes, they chose not to renew, and I think it was like $3,000 a year for that software. $3,000 or $6,000 a year. It's one of them.
But I didn't receive all of the tablets back either.
Well, you would have to upgrade those tablets anyway.
Well, I know, but I mean, I was trying to answer his question.
Board,
But-
I would like for them to look into that. This doesn't make sense. We're going backwards. That's backwards. I don't care what my mama sitting on the board. This is backwards. We had the technology, we was using it. It was beneficial. It was easy for you guys because you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Right, and you take notes in it.
You can
It
take
keeps your notes. You know,
And at the end of the
I
year,
say
you-
let's
and
go
it's-
back.
and it's updated
can-
through updated through a portal automatically to our
7.
tablets.
Can
We don't have to
get
bring the tablets
some-
back in.
Maybe
Then-
can we get some, oh, I'm sorry.
The name of the software is Board Book. Yes, Board Book.
And we needed a software for,
Everyone has a tablet,
Yeah.
and then there's software that's loaded onto that tablet.
gotcha,
But it requires work from the admin side,
Yes.
yeah.
and she would have to upload all of the
Gotcha.
tablets, and they're automatically downloaded to our profile on
I
those
see.
tablets.
So it's specific, not just like an email and you open up a PDF, it was an actual software you went
Yes.
in. I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
I mean, we might
Well, first
support
things
it,
first.
But,
Yeah, first things first, sir. Looks like we need 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so, what we could do is just get a quote and then increase this, technology, or this, capital outlay, computer amount. Increase that amount and then, kind of solve that as well.
You know,
well, this is what I'm saying. We have a general idea of what we're gonna have coming in. If that's, is something that, that's over budgeted, we'll look at it next year, but let's move away from this paper stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Cause it was working fine. I don't have to ask anybody, was it working, or was it it was economic and it worked well.
Had a good purpose, I
The
understand.
city
Yes, sir.
used it as well. Some of our city agenda packets, half a ream, almost a ream of paper.
Yeah. Right now,
That's why I pushed to get it, because we were going through so much paper.
it's
And
still
now
the
it's
case
even
right
more
now.
paper.
And it's not just paper, it's ink,
Yes,
and that's more expensive.
yeah.
I have a stack of,
I was gonna say that.
Do you?
Yes.
I have
Of
a
our-
stack, literally about.
I'm ready.
this.
I'm ready to support. I thank y'all.
Does
Thank
the
you for
board
saying that.
like that idea, of moving away from all this paper?
Yeah, mine is in crazy too, but it's like this,
Young
it's like this, and Lloyd just basically just burnt last year's. But in the barrel, burnt.
Is there specifics, iPad versus tablet or anything?
We're gonna lay that to you guys.
It was just a tablet with
Okay.
data. A tablet with
Not
data.
fancy,
No-
but
no
it was
problem.
doable.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can get you the information that you can need, it's viewable and it's accurate.
Yes,
Perfect. We'll,
and it would come out of this line item for, computer and software.
yes, ma'am. The one that says, it's 57040.
We're all adults, everybody decided. and be responsible for them. I mean,
And sign a waiver and, you
Yeah.
know.
we're adults, we're not, like I said,
Yeah, 'cause when I turn mine back in, I send it through the US mail, and I can just drop it in here. I want a paper trail saying that Mr. Richardson turned this stuff in.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can always get, you can curate something that says, okay, well, Mr. Richardson turned in his, turned it back in. When he stepped down or he decided not to be on the board anymore, he did turn it
Sign off.
in.
Proper sign off.
Exactly.
Yes, I mean, that's,
Or hold them liable, you know,
There you
like
go.
any other
Any
organization.
other organization?
My job is like that. You know what
Right,
I'm
you
saying?
have to, yeah, you have to, turn your things back in.
I didn't mean to.
No, no worries,
deviate,
no
but
worries.
I-
No, this is
while
good
we're talking
conversation.
along, man,
Yes, sir. It's good,
we
great
need to look at
conversation.
it.
Definitely would assist all of us with, you know, the saving some trees and some ink. So what you see on the next one is capital outlay, FAC, that stands for facilities. However, on the notes, you'll identify that we are going to add a line item that's capital outlay furniture, but we put the amount for all the furniture that we believe we're gonna need in the new building under this one until Ms. Julie has Fund View create that line item, then this amount will go to furniture. All right? Grant matching, you see an amount there. You know, the city can receive grants, and so the thought process was that if we were to go after any type of grant, the EDC could assist with paying the matching portion. Sometimes there's $100,000 grant, and then there is a matching portion that's up to like 10 or 20%. If it's 10%, it might be $10,000. The city receives $90,000 grant. So just thought we'd put something out there to see if there's anything that we could get, downtown revitalization grant or assistance with some type of grant, whether it's assisting the water district because there are Texas Water Board grants, and usually the city applies on behalf of those, or they partner together. But just there are numerous amount of grants out there, and the city is just looking at whatever we can try to get at this point.
they can't get any grants if they get the budgets in line.
Well, I hear you. However, that might just be federal dollars. Might need to look at some other ways of getting grants. Maybe not every RFP, which is a request for a proposal, maybe not all of those are asking for fiscal year audits for
There are plenty of
municipalities.
grants available everywhere.
Right. And so, real estate, you'll see that in 2026, as you all know, we placed that large amount in there. And so for this fiscal year, you see it zeroed out. However, I have some explanation on what that might look like. If there is an opportunity for real estate, for the EDC to look at, like, for instance, as I've been speaking to President Green, property in the ETJ, purchasing some property in the ETJ, the corporation owning it, annexing that property, and then that property becomes part of the city limits. And then when those individuals that want to develop those specific properties, they purchase that from the EDC, and now those individuals are paying property taxes to the city. So much harder to de-annex from the city than it is to just remove yourself from the ETJ. So it's just a thought process. You see it zeroed out right now because we put all of the dollars that would have been inside of real estate inside of the next line item. So you'll see that 1.5 there in Type B projects. Now, I want to move to just a little bit here on the screen. I think
Elaborate a little bit more on the type B.
I am. I think we have it up here.
Can I ask a question while you're doing that? So if real estate moved into type B, is real estate gonna be considered type B? And are we able to still consider if we find, real estate?
So, yes, so it would still be an opportunity for us to purchase. So since there's $0 in there, what would happen is we would do a line item transfer.
From-
Transfer some of those dollars from Type B projects into the real estate based off of the amount we were gonna purchase. So it wouldn't be necessarily a budget amendment,
Mm-hmm.
it'd just be a line item transfer through agenda item through the board and then through council.
And what happens if we just keep it under real estate?
Then we do it the reverse if we do more type B projects. So then we would be doing a line item transfer from type B projects to real estate if we have to purchase. I mean, from real estate to type B. So this is just a budget report that we created. Let's see. I may not like this review. Guess it doesn't like this view. So, yep, this is just what we'll go over with our team. The type B projects that the EDC approved for this fiscal year were the Hovis Park baseball fences, the concrete, the restroom around for the amphitheater, the lighting for the amphitheater, the tables and benches that are completed, and the welcome rock that's completed. So out of those projects, the 2 are completed. The fences are 90% completed. We're waiting for, to do the concrete, because of the additional, projects that are, being done at Hovis Park. And I missed one project here, so I need to talk to you all about that one. So there's also Hovis Park, upgrades by Craftsman, all those different tables, benches, bleachers, all those different upgrades that are happening. That one's not on here, so I'll get an update on there. So those are, Drew, we can make note of that too, that's missing. That project that I told you about, Hovis Park, all those infrastructure projects, it's just missing from here. So of those, and it's missing from this one too as an outstanding. So these are the ones that we have remaining outstanding. So of this, we still have the fences, we've paid half of it. The concrete's outstanding, the restroom's outstanding, and we've paid half of the lighting. The lighting will be installed in the next couple of weeks. They've come to identify and they're pulling their permit on that. And again, fences are nearly complete. The restrooms are being constructed now. They're underway to be in construction, still on target for an October, November installation date. But of that, we still have this remaining amount outstanding right now, plus about $425,000 from all those Hovis Park upgrades. So that's what's missing here. So about 1.1 million of outstanding amounts.
And the benches that we added,
They're,
it's gonna be redone?
yes,
Is
ma'am.
that included in this amount?
We made the ants move, so you don't have to worry about it.
This will get added to this. I think we missed a couple of things here. So
Okay.
we need to make some quick corrections to this. So the portion for the fill-in of the benches, which is a smaller amount, but we'll get it added in so that I know that these amounts are still outstanding for this fiscal year. So we'll get the fill-in and then the 400,000 for the Hovis Park upgrades. So there's the amount there. I just wanted to share these things that we still have outstanding amounts from our cash position that we have to pay for this year. Then, based of all the things that we've been doing at the park, these are potential projects that could be for FY '27. I think last week I sent out an email if you all had any projects that you might want to lead. But we put this together just so that we can have some type of starting point. Now, these projects are gonna be paid for from that 1.5 under type B projects, if you all decide and choose to do these. Now, the lighting, the irrigation, and the fields, those have to be done. I'm not saying it has to be done by this corporation, but those have to be done, because we put brand-new fences out there, people are gonna wanna use those fields. So we have to let them rework the fields a little bit, install the irrigation, and then let them come and finish those fields, right? So those 3 are gonna be required. Batting cages, I'm getting a quote on that. If they go in, and that's something that we can decide on. Moving forward is the Hovis Clubhouse electrical renovation. There are some things that just really need to be renovated over there, and we're using a lot of that electricity over there for the projects that we have, the splash pad, the clubhouse that's gonna be up there. There's just some things that may need to come up to code.
So, Mr. Batista,
Yes, sir.
who actually over the park decide who uses the park when they use the park and responsible for the upkeep?
The city's ultimately responsible for it.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
but there's an individual that's between the city and the user?
Yes, the Youth League has, an opportunity for certain fields, first. And then the city decides and/or identifies, works with that youth league to see, what fields are available based off of that schedule. But ultimately, the city is responsible and the city maintains the park.
And the person that was having the youth league, he's still there overseeing that?
Yes.
For the youth league, oh, Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
Yes.
And I have a
When you
question.
lied to me, I never forget. We pushed to have that done. And since we was pushing from EDC, said we wanted somebody on the EDC to also be a boss there. He
Oh,
lied to me.
I see.
The mayor lied to me. Once you lie to me, I never forget. Is he on a yearly contract or rotation? How is he making decisions for us? Who lies? I sat right on that corner. And I drove to the park and there were people out there with cowboy boots on, spikes and everything on that turf field. He lied to me. I checked the next day with the mayor, he lied to me.
So you're basically asking for someone to be held accountable that
Yes.
we can verify and say that this person is over that, so you can hold them accountable?
That's exactly right.
So a little bit of, what I'm doing and overseeing parks.
Oh, good, good. That's enough. We can go on then.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna come to you first.
That's fine. That's fine. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I guess that goes back to another line item,
Right.
because if we're utilizing, Dr. Batista, he's being utilized for two separate entities, plus we
Mhm.
have additional, because obviously that identified another person.
Right.
And we have a budget to allocate, $70,000 for an additional coordinator, then it sounds like a portion of that should be allocated to fund.
If this board so does,
I'm just saying, like,
I understand, right? I don't wanna do anything for nothing unless I just have to.
that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That's another responsibility.
My question would be, is the EDC allowed, or the person, like your project manager, you're on the city side, but is the EDC allowed to,
Monitor.
no. I guess what I'm trying to say, so you're one person, but you're on the city side. Are we allowed to pay the same person that's working on the city side to work on the EDC side?
You can have a dual role. Only thing I was asking when we put the turf out there, we paid for the city, then even though it's all money, city money, let's make sure we have a say, because the whole idea was our kids need to come first.
Exactly.
And we was gonna maintain the field a certain way. Well, he had already leased the field out before we released the field to the city. And the thing about it, it's not a big issue, but you lied about it. And the mayor lied about it, and I'll tell both of them if they were sitting here. And I have a disdain for it, because you lied, and you didn't have to lie. It's not my money. But if I'm gonna put my neck out there and push for these things to happen for our kids, let's have some accountability there.
Accountability, absolutely.
You know, and that didn't happen, and that's been 8 years ago, and it's still stuck in my craw.
Understand.
I have a question for transparency reasons. You can split, it would be on the payroll system, if that answers your question.
Okay. And I do have one more question, Dr. Batista.
Ma'am?
This clubhouse is being renovated.
Yeah, I thought we paid
So-
for it before, but wasn't the clubhouse already renovated? They did it upstairs so they could hold parties up there and all?
No.
They didn't update the electricity then?
No, it wasn't renovated.
It was approved to be done.
So what was approved to be done, if you don't mind me asking
The
you?
clubhouse renovation for
For,
the upstairs and all. It should all be one.
So I think
This
it
is-
right here.
this is, This is a transformer. This is not anything dealing with the clubhouse.
Clubhouse
Electrical
You have
renovation.
I think you need to, everybody needs to take some time to go there
I can
and
take,
look at that.
I actually have pictures of it if
Okay.
you want to see.
Yeah.
Because like I said,
Wait. But that wasn't my question. That part, what he's talking about, that wasn't my question.
Yes, ma'am. Let me
My
answer that one
question
first.
is, if they're gonna do the electrical renovation and the clubhouse is renovated, how is it, I'm like Mr. Richardson, how is it going to be, as far as who goes first? Is it gonna be the city of Brookshire gets to rent it first, our residents get to rent this first before?
So I don't, yeah,
It should fall under the same category as the convention center.
correct.
And
That,
that's what I was trying to
and that
clarify.
hasn't been spelled out yet. That application process hasn't been spelled out yet, because you're
I
absolutely
just wanted
correct.
to make sure that, it was gonna be the same process as
Yep.
over here.
Consistency, really, whether you liked it or not, if you have a policy and everybody follows that policy through all things like that, we're not gonna have an issue. Because it's consistency.
Okay, that's what I was just
And-
wondering, if it was gonna.
And
be
these
the
are
same.
more so the electrical panels and the transformer themselves, not the wiring in the room, because all the wiring upstairs and the lighting did get replaced.
okay.
I have one question, and it may be a part of this, or it may be a city question, but I know that there has been big concern about protecting the investment, all the innovations that we're making to the park.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that I attended one of the meetings, and they were saying like someone would come after hours. Obviously, we're supposed to have the cops patrolling. But I was thinking, were we ever able to get like a bid on a fence that could lock it up after certain hours? And if so, is that a EDC expense or is that a city expense?
Good question. I got an answer for you. If you go out there now, well, if you've been out there to the park, coming from 359 or coming from Lakeside, the road used to be closed. Our public works staff made those gates. If you go into the park now, before you go into the concession stand area, and before you go into, let's say, the grassy area coming from 359, our public works staff built those. So we plan on building ones to close it as well, if the city council allows us.
Is that the yellow ones that,
The white one, they're white. The one's painted white at the, closer to the clubhouse, and the one on the field is not painted yet, so it's a little rusted.
So
But
y'all wouldn't wanna close the whole
we would,
driveway?
we would do that too. We
Okay.
would put some at the two entrances,
Okay.
if the council allows it. But there are park hours, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Right.
But if the council approves Public Works, we will build gates for the front too.
I'm just concerned about the investment, cause we're
Absolutely.
investing a lot, you know.
I think
I've went through there.
Gates wouldn't keep kids out, you can just hop the gate, but I mean, you need to keep a car out.
I know Alderwoman Vaughn mentioned the security.
Yep.
And we really need to.
I got
You
a,
already-
got a, yes, sir. Got a
Okay,
quote
go
for you
ahead.
on that too. So we got cameras, new doors are installed on the restrooms right now. We're gonna have a locking mechanism, close them automatically on a time that we schedule to. There's 2 cameras facing right down on the cameras for right now and getting the larger area. We can't install them fully until the HVAC in the clubhouse is, repaired, or not it's repaired, we're putting a new unit in there. And so, once we do that, we've already paid for essentially our server to be there. So we've asked for cameras all around the perimeter of the red canopy. We're gonna send Wi-Fi signal all the way to the splash pad and put cameras around there. And then for the upgrades, going to the new, pickleball courts, beach sand volleyball courts, and those areas. So we're getting quotes for those, but we're anticipating that, and then also towards the baseball fields in the future as well. So awaiting, those can either be city or EDC. We can add the cameras to this as well, if you would like.
so the locking mechanism, would it work something how the, what's back here again?
Convention Center?
What do you mean, the mag lock?
Our doors here, it's gonna be exactly like that.
Okay.
It'll be
Yeah,
exactly.
I was
And then
referring
for-
the convention center,
It would
how
be,
it's locked on both sides.
Well, yes, it would be locked, but we wouldn't have to be there to lock it. It would,
would
yeah,
just-
yeah, automatic timer, and then every city employee who has this card can get in there
So
too.
that's what I was referring
Yeah,
to, your badge.
the key, yeah, it'll have a swipe there, and then also a keypad. So for maintenance person or someone plumber, we needed to get them in there, but we didn't have to be, we weren't there right away. We could make them a quick code temporarily, they can get in there as well if it's locked.
The new building, will it have all these?
Yes, it will.
security features
Yes, it will.
incorporated
Mhm.
in this budget?
It's not in our budget, but it's something the city is gonna have to incur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the city's paying essentially for all renovation costs over there. What we're paying for is just to maintain and be in the building. But that's really all I had right now. Mr. Green and I don't know if you have any questions, have any comments, concerns, or projects to add to this so that we can go try to get, help you and/or work with you to get these quotes and move the project forward towards an agenda item.
My only ask is that, once you kind of do the drill down and give us a breakdown, if we can have somewhat of a timeline to see what it looks like, Q1, Q2, you know, so we can kind of have an idea of how, you know, when these projects come up, what we're already still open, like you showed us a balance.
The
of
previous
like
one, yeah,
700.
right, yeah. It's actually a little more, so I do apologize. We
and then
forgot a
think-
couple of
yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah, so if we could just have like a timeline of the projects that you may potentially, you know, would like for us to see on 2027,
Okay,
I think that'll be sufficient for me.
Yep. Because I know for the specifics on there, I mean, everything with the exception of the batting cages and the restriping are, you know, I would like to see us at least get them on an agenda if we can. But I'll try to work with those, especially the fields, irrigation and the lighting. I mean, I'm already being asked about when they can get back on the fields, and the fences project isn't complete yet, so.
So, but you
Amphitheater.
said it's 3 items that's priority that has to happen.
That's
And that doesn't have to wait till 2017, I mean, 2027 or?
Yes, they do. 'Cause
They do?
We already have projects on the
Oh,
book
okay.
that we're completing.
Mr. Bautista, can we also periodically have a report who's actually using the fields and that kind of stuff? You know, it don't have to be every week, it don't have to be every 2 weeks, maybe 3 times a year, we just need an update. Who's using the facilities? So we have a working idea.
I've been working with the mayor and city secretary. I think we're on the potential verge of having another discussion, I think, with the youth league, and then we can clearly try to see about documenting who's using the field. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that may be a part of, I don't know if it, you know, if we end up with another FTE,
That could be
it's a lot of responsibility,
Yes.
even just loading up the tablets and
Tablets.
things of that nature, you
Mhm.
know, it's gonna, sounds like that's gonna be optional.
Well, Mr. Bautista, I do want to have a project with the Welcome Rock, but I'll wait until after the irrigation is installed and complete, and then I'll come back for the Welcome Rock. And it's
And we
just
can
a-
use that
it's-
under beautification, so we don't necessarily have to make it a project and wait 60 days and do these things. Those funds for that are in our operating budget, not necessarily projects.
I think if you could get a monthly, I don't know, criteria for the park's use, so the police department could have it, so if they have an issue that, well, we already know this field has already been reserved for us, this is a month, it's not that for them, it's for us.
Yep.
So the police officer would
Yep.
know, at least they could have it for the month, you know, if there are any issues, they have it, so
Yep.
they know, youth and little leagues already had these fields.
Yep. Good question. A week or two ago, I spoke to Mr. Jenkins and told him that we needed that 2 to
Yeah.
3 months in advance
Yeah.
for the league, so that we can prepare fully as a city, not just knowing who's there, but it's also the public works staff. We need to prepare those fields on practice days, on game days, and just, you know, ensure that
So,
the fields
yeah.
are up to par. So it's just part of our planning so that we can fit it in as well. Yep.
And irrigation for the amphitheater, that, from my experience with irrigation, that's not a good thing. Because don't that little building flood already when it rains? You have a broke line, a sprinkler that doesn't go off, you're gonna create more problems in whatever. The amphitheater ain't had irrigation in 40 years, and the grass looks just fine. Now, if you wanna have a mister, if you plan on putting some flower beds out there and stuff, you wanna have a little mister out there, maybe, that's fine, but I'd be cautious with irrigation at the amphitheater.
Yeah, I'm sure they have plenty of shut-offs for it. You don't have to
So if it
necessarily
breaks on
have
the
the,
weekend, who's gonna be here to notice it?
Yeah. So,
People's not gonna call and say, oh, no, we broke the line.
that's a good question. So what we have right here is the app to identify, and we can control it from the app. So I'm just sharing that with you guys.
So I do have another question, and I've had many questions tonight. Back to the park and the security. I know they're gonna have their cameras. There's going to be like, patrol units that's gonna pass by. Is that something extra we're gonna have to put in our budget to pay for?
For PD? Not from my understanding, no, ma'am. It's part of either the hourly or every 2 hours that they're gonna go by as part of, you know,
Protect and serve.
patrolling.
I just wanted to make sure, because.
Yep. And we'll work with
Make sure we
chief.
had it in the
We can work with chief
budget.
directly, you know, and if we're having issues out there, you know, we'll patrol more often, but I think, it, 2 to 4 times per shift, I think is what's going on.
Okay. Okay, I'm out of questions. That's it.
Any
I'm good.
questions?
I don't have any.
All right.
I just
I
wanted to
hope
make sure
that was,
little
I hope you all,
secure.
again, I apologize for it coming late. We did finish it about 3:30 today, huh, Mr. Lee? And so we wanted to at least give you a presentation on what we've come up with as a first draft. We'll go back to the drawing board again, add what you all have recommended and make the appropriate changes, and then come back with you all during our meeting. We may just inform you all, no decision-making, just inform you all during the meeting itself, not necessarily have a budget workshop, but inform you of the updates that were made on those particulars. And you don't have to make a decision at that time, I don't believe, but we will potentially have to have a special meeting before our September meeting so that we can finalize it, and then it can go to city council for approval. Anything else?
Correct.
Yeah.
If you would like to have another meeting, you can schedule that for council, and we can make those changes, but the sooner that y'all approve, the sooner the city decides to complete their budget as well. And the mayor is aiming to complete that hopefully by mid-August.
Okay.
So would mean definitely we would have to have a special meeting to approve it.
So I guess we just need to come up with a date, or Ms.
If,
Cynthia
yeah,
Woodhouse wants to
absolutely.
go ahead
Yeah,
and
once
have
we, on the August 6th budget meeting, based on how that goes, I think we can identify when our next meeting would be, unless you all want to do that now. We know we're meeting August 6th. We have to meet sometime before did you say middle of August, or does he have a date?
So, let me look at the calendar.
Because if we're meeting August 6th and we meet the following week to make a decision, I mean, you all might have an opportunity to answer questions on August 6th, and we can make those appropriate changes immediately.
So if
Is
you
it
have
our
a
regular
meeting
meeting on the
sometime
6th?
next week, it should move rather quickly. And then y'all can approve the budget for August 6th, and the city can move forward. Or you can wait until August 6th and then have a special meeting the following week.
So I think what she's saying is if we make these updated changes, send it to you all, and we meet next week for a special meeting to approve it, then it'll already be on this, y'all will be approving on the 6th.
So that's our regular meeting.
Regular
Is on the
meeting,
6th,
yes.
okay.
But
okay.
we could have a special one so you all can have another budget workshop to make any final changes before we actually approve the following
Yeah,
week.
we're gonna
I
have to
think
have
we
another-
should have another.
Yep. So,
Another-
but that's option one.
Yeah.
That's option one. Option two is we make the changes, we bring the changes to you all at the August 6th meeting, and we have another meeting after the August 6th. A budget workshop meeting after our normal meeting. But during the August 6th regular meeting, we will give you the budget and just say as a discussion, no action item.
But that would be the changes that we
Said today.
identified today.
Yes.
So you
correct.
present it to us on the sixth.
Mhm.
And then we have a special.
As an
meeting.
agenda item
As an
during the
agenda.
regular meeting.
Mhm.
No
Won't have to vote
approval
onto it- For it until,
the
following
next week if we do a special meeting then. Mhm.
I think we need another work.
We're definitely gonna have another meeting for sure, whether it's next week or after the August
I would
6th.
think next week, because the sooner we can get done, the sooner the city, and that way they can't say we held them up.
and August sixth, we can close it out, our regular
Exactly.
meeting as well as our budget. And we
That's-
wouldn't have to meet again after. So-
We wouldn't even have to have a budget meeting. It would be a line item to approve the budget.
Yes, on the sixth, we can
Mhm.
approve it.
That's
yes.
correct.
That's-
If we meet
that's-
next week to finalize it.
That's the best thing to do, is
Yeah.
get it
City
finalized.
council will also need time to review the entire budget for the
Do y'all want to look for a day today, or have Ms. Vicky reach out to you when you?
Can we
look
do
at
it
your schedule?
today?
Yeah.
Can we do it today?
Yeah, we can.
The only
We can
day
set
that-
the date today.
I'm not available on Tuesday the 28th. So I can provide the information to Batista, but if y'all have any questions for me, I'm not available the 28th. Any other day is fine.
What about the 27th then?
Monday is fine for me.
Next Monday?
I'm not
I just-
available at all next week.
You're just, yes, you are.
I'm serious, I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
I got two grandbabies' birthday next week, and I gotta get ready for school on
Where's the-
13, and.
Where is the
And I
calendar?
think Director Stamp.
Next Monday is the
maybe works on
27th.
Mondays, I'm not sure. You would have to coordinate that with.
Let's have Ms. Vicky.
Reach
let's
out
have
to
Reach
everyone.
out to everybody to check this, so everybody can get their schedule
Mm.
squared away.
So
before we set a date.
Monday, it sounds like what day you're not available, Thursday?
I'm not available
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. So Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday of next week, potentially.
You can still have the budget workshop with Dr. Batista, but I just won't be available Tuesday.
Rodney's a good Baptist. Y'all have prayer meeting on Wednesday, don't you, Rodney?
You too, don't you?
So I guess Ms. Vicky will just
Okay.
let us know. and
Yes.
We'll take it from there. Okay.
Okay.
Prayer meeting.
Perfect. I'll work with Miss Julie very promptly to try to get these updated in here. We'll send it back out as soon as possible so that when we meet the next time, you have enough time to review it. Absolutely.
Mr.
Maybe 15 minutes. You probably can make that.
Yeah. Oh, man. You got somebody on this team over there now. Mr. Richardson, can you email me everything that you were concerned about the baseball league
Yes, sure.
and the next board meeting? I'll try to push to make it to the next board meeting, because I am on that board,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll talk to them about everything that you're concerned about.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Appreciate everybody's input and how everybody was.
I think we had another good meeting though,
Yep.
just like
Absolutely.
last time.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
We need to have more meetings like this one where it's like, you know,
Well, the attorney actually presented that we could do it every 2 weeks, but it's just,
yeah, that's,
Friday
yeah.
show up, we have good productive meetings.
Number 2. Oh.
Man.
Okay. We'll, this concludes our budget workshop. Agenda item number 4.
I adjourn.
I
I make a
second,
motion to adjourn.
I second it.